Yeah, you know what it is. Welcome to the best coast. Yo, it's Bronze Age nerd with that collecting elite. Bigby McFly steady bringing the vintage heat. Pull up a seat, we diving in the stacks. Silver to the bronze, got the knowledge on tap. From Kirby's Kings to the mutants, wow. We breaking it down in that laid-back style. So grab your snacks, let the panels unfold. This is comic book chillin' with the stories we told. Comic book vibes, we flipping them pages. Legends and lore from all the ages. Golden to the modern, we talk that news. With Bigby McFly and the nerd cut loose. Yo, you tune into that Bronze Age flow. Where comics live and legends grow. Bigby McFly in the cut, let's fly. Best Coast, baby, comics are what saved me. Big, yeah. Baby, comics are what saved me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Best Coast Comics. I'm one of your hosts, Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and I'm joined, as always, by my faithful sidekick,
Bigby McFly, the comic guy.
That's right, and we're holding it down here on the wet coast, aka the West Coast. We were just talking about before the show. I know weather's kind of been crazy all over the country. I've seen like a lot of snow in New England and the Midwest and that kind of stuff right now. And it's, you know, there's all kinds of things going on, but there's a lot of flooding going on in our area. So, in fact, I may be affected by that. So stay tuned. If there's any kind of updates about us missing a show or something like that, I'll let everybody know. But yeah, lots and lots of rain pounding us here in the Washington state, and not in a fun way.
Not good stuff.
But we got lots of great news stories for you to talk about today on the show. Lots of cool stuff you saw in the title. We're going to be talking about the Supergirl trailer dropping. That was a big deal that I'm pretty excited about, and we'll talk about that. We got some news about some breaking news, actually, that I was informed about before the show about PSA and CBCS / Beckett. That was a pretty big deal I just saw.
Right.
We've got some stuff coming up that's going to be fun to talk about, but I want to take a second to remind everybody before we get into saying hi to the chat and all that kind of stuff that we are streaming on multiple channels, including my channel on Bronze Age Nerd. Like I mentioned earlier, we got Bigby McFly. He's over there, staying fly, and you can stream on his channel on YouTube. And you can also go watch us on all of the EXP's social media networks. That's their YouTube channel, their Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and links for all the YouTube channels are down below if you want to go follow any of those channels. I highly recommend it. Now let's say hello to everybody who's in the chat with us. We got GT Key Comic in the house. What's up, GT Key Comic? I added an extra key in there because you're comment 3 times, so you get an extra one. You got the gold medal. Shigeyuki Kikita, love it. Everyone else can have the rest. I'll take the best coast, that is. I like that. You get our silver medal, and we just had our bronze medalist, Space Case Collectibles, drop in with a hello, and we say hello back to you. We are keeping it festive back here. I know some of you probably are celebrating Hanukkah and just had the first day of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to you if you do. And any other holidays you might celebrate this time of year. Sorry if we're kind of Christmas focused, but that's the one we do. But we love all the holidays for the winter stuff, Festivus, all that stuff. And a lot of Hydra Asylum comics as well. He's back there as our producer. You saw Jay holding down my position last week, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Jay, for doing that. I am back. Thanks, everybody, for understanding why I couldn't be here, and glad to be here. Hey, what's up, Mr. Nope?
Hey.
Real quick update. I've been working pretty hard the last couple days on shipping out Heroes for Heroes stuff and trying to get everything done. There was some setbacks. So if you're watching this and you're waiting on a Heroes for Heroes update, you're probably going to get, for any of the art, print, any of that kind of stuff, you're probably going to get tracking / shipping update kind of stuff in the next 3 days is when I expect to have most of that stuff ready. And then Comics Limited, Travis was doing a lot of the comics. He had an issue with the laptop. He was kind of delayed. He's on it. He's getting packages ready. So I'll be sending out some of those here probably actually tonight after the show. So that's wanted to give everybody an update. We do appreciate all that support for Heroes for Heroes. I guess I'll check because I didn't notice if there's any more donations. Yeah, we're currently at $9,153 raised for Heroes for Mission 22. So that is awesome. What is up, Kilted Corgi? Oh, I love I love that little avatar, emoticon, whatever you call that. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Hey, and Phil's Treehouse.
Yeah, well, I missed one. Thank you, Phil's Treehouse. Nanu.
I was just over there on Roscoe's channel with Phil. Phil's the host over there.
Yeah,
How we drop.
awesome.
So welcome,
That's
Phil.
Cool. It's funny. I was just watching some Robin Williams clips last night on YouTube to try to make myself feel a little better. Just man, I miss that guy. Two people I really have been missing a lot this year. Robin Williams and John Candy. Just two great comedic actors and comedians that I just, man, they're gone and it sucks.
Gone too soon.
Yep. Way too soon. By the way, while I start talking about the news stories, I mean, there's a few big ones, but I didn't see a ton of stuff. If anybody has news stories that I didn't mention ahead of time that you want to drop into the chat, things you want us to talk about, please let us know, because we'd always love to talk about things that you guys bring up. Craig Ferguson is great too. Unfortunately, you can't put him in the same Mount Rushmore. I said unfortunately. Fortunately, I can't put him on the same Mount Rushmore because he's still alive. Absolutely. Yeah, fortunately, exactly. So let's get to our first story, huh? Let's talk about Supergirl. I don't really have a cool graphic. I can't really play the trailer without YouTube getting mad at us. So Bigby, I'm assuming you watched the trailer, right?
Yeah, multiple times.
multiple times. Same here. So the first viewing for me was kind of funny because I had to take my daughter down to a couple doctor's appointments about an hour south of where we live, and it was kind of like hectic, and she was excited for the trailer. I forgot that it started like when we'd already be on the road. And so I played it for her on my phone, but I couldn't really watch it myself because I was driving, because she wanted to see it when it went live. And then I had to wait until like that night to kind of really watch it without just like
tortured waiting.
And I figure it's a trailer, so we're gonna fire away with the spoilers on the trailer. I kept being like, man, I can't wait to see if Lobo was in the trailer, and he was.
He was
barely.
Yeah. But what we saw looked good.
It looked cool. It did look cool.
Yeah.
I saw a couple comments that described it as being very Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of vibe. I got that.
Yeah.
What's funny is I see that described that way, almost like in a negative way by some people. And I'm like, it's actually kind of a good thing, in my opinion. I don't want it to be a carbon copy of Guardians of the Galaxy, but he's Blondie. That's cool.
Yeah, I just saw a thing. What was it where Tom King was interviewed just recently, and he said that originally the Woman of Tomorrow story was supposed to have Lobo in it, but the editorial wouldn't let him have Lobo. So it's actually going back to the way the story was supposed to be originally imagined by Tom King.
Interesting. I do wonder how close it'll end up being to Woman of Tomorrow, because I know there was a lot of hype before Superman came out, James Gunn's Superman, comparing it to All-Star Superman, because that was, kind of the reading material he posted up when he first.
I mean, you could see where they borrowed from that kind of vibe, but this looks like it's a lot more. You got the gal with the sword and the whole quest that she's on and everything else. So
definitely. This seems like it could have a chance to be a lot closer. I guess I was just kind of lamenting, like, the Superman movie, I never really got too much All-Star from it, to be honest. Like, maybe the theme of, I feel like that Clark and Kal-El is the same Clark Kal-El that you would kind of see in All-Star, but it's it's the beginning of a story versus maybe kind of the near the end or the climax of the story, So
I felt like that movie like really embraced the kind of the weirdness of the DCU, which like a lot of times they've tried to shy away from, and like All-Star was all about the weirdness of the DCU. So that's true.
Definitely had some of that going on too.
No, and I mean weird in a bad way. I mean in a good way, not a bad way. I mean like it's DC has had its quirky, weird, fun moments, and sometimes that's really cool. So
yeah. No, I hear you. I guess back to Supergirl. Yeah, it looks like it has some good action in it.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for. I feel like the impression we get very briefly of Millie Alcock's Supergirl is going to be, I would expect her to be a bit of willing to get into a bar fight, you know? That kind of thing.
She's not the Supergirl we've seen in other movies or shows before, so that's cool.
And obviously, like, she's carrying some baggage too, like some PTSD from Krypton's destruction, and her experience with it, which was obviously more complex than Clark's.
So I'd seen. Well, we're going to talk about the trailer, right? So it's okay to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trailer. I think that's fine.
I mean, seems to be people like positing the idea where where that one city is being kind of domed. They're like, is that Kandor?
That's the impression I got, right? I mean, there's obviously been several dome cities, you know, kind of here and there, but Argo, that's the other one. Okay,
Argo. There we go.
But yeah, they definitely are showing that, and I'm guessing that you know, it's impossible to say because there could be 100 different directions they could go with it. It could be like a red herring, but I'm guessing that they're basically imprisoned in that city for a while, and that's why it didn't die in a day for everybody. Some of the survivors lived in that city, and it was bad. That's what I'm guessing. So I think it looks pretty good.
Jay chime in here; he'll tell you the whole thing.
He's probably enjoying like hearing
history of our ineptitude on our Superman lore.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though, is it doesn't matter how versed you are in Superman lore, how Gunn decides to take it could completely rewrite the script, literally, you know.
Yeah,
just like we saw with his film last year. Yeah, okay, but I have a feeling that like whoever ends up running the show inside, well, you know, I mean, my suspicion was maybe Brainiac's involved with that or something like that, you know, and it could be Zor-El, could be both of them. Could be that Zor-El built it and Brainiac ends up running it, and kind of, you know, maybe we're getting set up for some Brainiac in the next super films or something. Yeah, exactly. And even if it's Argo, it could still be Brainiac, right? They could change things. It could be Brainiac. I don't know how this works, but it could be like Brainiac 4 instead of 5, right? Or something. I don't know.
Which one's the good guy Brainiac? The Legion.
I guess
Brainiac.
That's 5 probably. I think I actually messed that up. CJ's mad at us now. We're messing with our resident Superman fan.
You guys.
I have to say this because it's there we go. So I was right when I said it. I got it right in the end.
You got it. You nailed it.
I have to say this. It is getting exhausting hearing like negative reactions to any superhero movie trailer that comes out. Yeah. It's just I wish I could not see that, but I do see it, and it's like it's just so. It's like I said, it's exhausting, man. Oh, we have a brief appearance. But everyone, I don't want you to be freaked out when you hear a voice come over your speakers.
It's really weird because, I didn't know I was going to pop up like this. But I just wanted to say, you know, there's a lot of people
Brainiac.
Brainiac. There's a lot of people that are complaining, and they're definitely complaining about the wrong things. Look what Gunn's doing to Supergirl. Gunn's not directing this movie. It's Craig Gillespie.
Yeah.
Right.
Gunn didn't write this movie. It was Anna Nogueira. I think that's how you say her name, based on Tom King's comic. So you can't really be like, oh, well, Gunn's going to ruin this. Gunn had nothing to do with it other than he's the head of the DC. So
he greenlighted it.
I'm sure he has some creative control over it because I mean he's kind of almost like the editor in chief, right? Like,
hey, Trav.
Right, but people are like, oh, he's just making Supergirl like like Guardians. It's like, well, no. And that just to me speaks to the popularity of Guardians every time we have an outer space kind of thing now. I mean, it's like me when I was reading Dune comics, I compared them to Game of Thrones because that's how popular Game of Thrones was to me. So I think it being compared to Guardians, some people want it to be negative, but it's really not. That just kind of proves to me how great Guardians was.
Well, and To be fair, when I made my comment, by the way, I'm specifically talking about the trailer, and I feel like that's almost some marketing that's being tied into it, because it you know, I mean, it's like if you're putting out well, probably a bad example because he's done so many movies. If you're putting out a James Cameron movie and you lean into like, here's the director of, you know, Aliens and Terminator, and you try to kind of emulate that style in the trailer, that's just to show that's the director that you like from these movies.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of that. Just, I mean, you got the music, you got kind of the humor, and then you have kind of the space aspect. I think it's kind of, it's a lot of people comparison, but
Guardians is one of a lot of people's favorite movies. So it's like,
yeah, Guardians was amazing.
True grit in space is what this is going to be. True grit in space.
Yeah. And also, yeah, it feels very Gunn. And I think that, you know, like Jay's got a great point. It's not necessarily written or directed by him, but at the same time, I think that they want it to have kind of some cohesive elements with what else they're doing, because it's still a pretty young version of the franchise, right? So they want it to feel like it's in the same universe, I'm sure.
Yeah, I love the trailer. I think it's going to be fun. I've been excited for this one for a while. I know there's a lot of people who don't like Tom King, and I get that. But for me personally, you know, outside of reading the shape-shifting Supergirl from Death of Superman, or Supergirl showing up in you know, I've never really read anything Supergirl centric. This was the first thing I've ever read, and I really dug it. So if the movie is just like a tenth of how much I love the book, I think this movie's going to be big.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because in a way, in my opinion, she's a character that in the comics has suffered from too much retooling and tinkering. They've had to reinvent her character, I don't know, 40 times at this point, it seems like. And I tend to like pretty much all those versions, but when they keep resetting things, it kind of makes it hard for her to really move forward past a certain point, because she only gets a year or two's worth of issues before the continuity's reset, it seems like. And some new writer comes along and wants to change things. It's not like, you know, it's not like we've really gotten a lot of post Infinite Crisis Supergirl continuity. So it's too bad in that aspect.
Be lucky we're doing this, and we're not. And I love this movie, don't get me wrong, but at least we're not going back to Linda Lee, Helen Slater, Supergirl movie. You know,
that's pretty terrible.
Is really different.
It's pretty terrible. Now the look in that movie was top notch.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to go on record and say this: I like the Supergirl suit so much more than Superman's for some reason.
Yeah,
like it looks so much better. The style they have on her for some reason.
I agree. Hey, shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio. What's up, Awesome Sauce?
Hey,
real quick, Adam, I know you're out there listening. I know you were trying to get a hold of me a little while back about something, and the timing just wasn't syncing up. If you still need some help with something, make sure you reach out, you know, tomorrow or something like that, and let me know what you need. Okay, brother. Yeah, it was a pretty bad movie. Absolutely.
Yeah, likewise. Sorry, that just triggered something. He wanted me to talk to him about a commission. I'm sorry, Adam. I've been all over the place. Holidays are bad.
Drawing right now, aren't you?
What's that?
You're literally drawing right now for a commission, right?
Not right now. But
okay.
Yeah,
you were.
Yeah, no, I'm actually putting some art in our community art. Somebody just sent me.
Oh, hey, Jay, you're always welcome to drop in. And by the way, I know it tripped up Jay, so I'll explain this. There's something in StreamYard where we stream from called audio avatars. And it makes, I turned on the option before the stream because if one of us ever dips out, I like if we're going to be on with a mic, I like us being on there still that way. So, cause people are like, they're still in the stream. I see them. What's up, John? How you doing? We're just talking about the Supergirl trailer.
Hey, John, I was just thinking about you. I just saw your stuff I've got a package of stuff I keep taking to shows. We got to meet up sometime.
Yeah, I think I've got a print around here for you still, John. I'm pretty sure. I'm buried in that stuff right now. Yeah, it looks great. I can't wait. I mean, I was excited before I even saw Superman when I found out like a day ahead of time or something, I think, that she was in the post-credit scene or the mid-credits or whatever you call it. And I was excited because I mean, my daughter loves Supergirl. I've always liked Supergirl. I'm more excited for Supergirl than I was for Superman. So
oh, it looks really good. I think it's gonna be fun. So
thanks for the recommendation, Awesome Sauce.
Okay.
Definitely not safe for work. I will say I recognize that name. So legendary, but definitely, yeah, I've seen that one too. Here's one little fun game we can play for a second. A lot of people, I saw this like discussion taking place on Reddit and X and stuff. A lot of people are wondering about Power Girl. And if they bring in Power Girl, should they just have Millie Alcock play a double, like 2 roles, or should they bring in a different person? And I want your opinion on this, man. What do you think?
It should be a different person.
I agree.
They're 2 different characters. Totally different characters.
And she should be older either way, right? So significantly more mature, you could say.
Yes. I mean, and they're not even the same person, are they? I mean,
it's a different Earth version of the same person, right? So Jay, correct me on this one if I'm wrong.
Correct us, Jay. DC guru. We are not this.
Good man, because sometimes they're doubles, sometimes she's a clone, sometimes it's one of those comic book things, man. Like it's strange. Like I said, at one point there was a shape-shifting alien that was Supergirl. So,
right.
Yeah.
I vote Kaylee Cowan for Power Girl.
Okay.
Look her up, Kaylee Cowan.
Is it standard spelling on Kaylee or one of the unique spellings?
Caylee.
Oh, okay, here she is. I see her.
And we discussed last week that everybody wants what's her name?
What's her name?
The resemblance is uncanny. We have a video of her. I can't think of her name right now.
Let's start with an S.
Oh, is it something Sweeney? Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Their own show.
Somebody message Richard Westfall and tell him we're back up.
we gotta get back our missing piece of our fandom.
Well, and that's kind of what I was alluding to, Murdoch. By the way, thanks for being here, Murdoch. There's been so many restarts. It's just it's impossible to really Supergirl and Power Girl, for that matter. They're equally complicated because they're so tied to each other.
Well, how about most of the DC universe? If you're not a big DC fan, I mean, they've restarted so many times. You don't know, where you're at.
Yeah. So this is for everybody wondering. This is, I believe that's the right actress that Jay was talking about there. And
there we go.
Yes, that's her.
I mean, she bears some resemblances.
The resemblance is uncanny.
By the way, Awesome Sauce, that is literally the joke about where the Sydney Sweeney drop that we have came from, is because for a while she was being tied to every superheroine casting rumor there was. It was ridiculous. And Black Cat was chief among them. And so that's literally, we were bringing her up every week, so we kind of just made the joke that we're just going to talk about Sydney Sweeney every week.
The resemblance is uncanny.
I think she's a pretty good choice. I saw some people saying Melissa Benoist. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, I guess, now I think about it. The Supergirl from the CW show might be a good pick. And I could kind of agree. Look, you can call me, you can send me to horny jail, whatever. I'm just going to say, like, I do think that Power Girl's one casting that should be pretty busty. Just, I mean, like,
right.
Look, it's a part of her character. It'd be like having a non-ripped Superman.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
Someone at DC needs to be willing to go full Julius Schwartz, and DC seriously needs to tie a knot in every writer's butt to stop the rewrites, every creator change.
Yeah.
Yes, it's look, as a Marvel person primarily who really wants to get into DC, and I've tried to several times, and I've read a lot of big storylines and stuff, but
right,
it's really hard for me to like penetrate the continuity at DC and keep straight who's who in this version and how they, and to a certain extent it doesn't matter. I know that, but it's one of those things where I'm sure if you just started reading X-Men, you'd probably be like, what is going on? Why time travel clone? What, you know?
right. Yeah.
It has some of the same problems, but
yeah, when I had my shops for a little while there, I was up on everything and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Where the Golden Age Superman is so upset he's punching the walls of the crystalline chamber where he and the other alternate universe people are, and he's causing vibrations throughout the multiverse, and that's so cool. But if I didn't know, I mean, that's what brought Jason Todd back. Yeah. Is Golden Age Superman being upset and punching the walls of that chamber that they were in.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a little, it's just hard to. I did say penetrate. Yeah, we both did. It's a little hard to penetrate. It's a little hard to dominate. It's a little hard. To mount. There you go.
Circle.
Anyway, Supergirl looks fun. People need to grow up and stop trying to find every little damn thing to complain about.
Yeah.
The world's wacky. The world's wacky. I'm just gonna say I enjoyed the Supergirl trailer.
I thought it looked great. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought it looked really fun.
I can't wait.
I look forward to it.
Very much so. I guess another trailer. I don't even know if you're up to speed on it though. Did you watch the latest drop of Stranger Things episodes that came out last month?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people may not be caught up on it. We'll probably do very mild spoilers just for a second. I mean, like, not what happens in those episodes necessarily, but just kind of where they're at in the story. For those that don't know, there's 3 drops coming for the final season of Stranger Things. We had 1 drop come in the form of 4 episodes on Thanksgiving, or basically Thanksgiving. And the next ones are going to drop on Christmas, and then the finale will be on New Year's Eve. And they did just release the trailer today for part 2, the second drop of episodes.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer for that.
Epic. Yeah, I don't think it's actually. If you watch the episodes, I think it's totally fine to watch. If you didn't watch the episodes, I would maybe hold off because there is something that happens towards the end that is kind of a bigger deal that I would recommend having seen that in the episodes before you watch the trailer. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I can't wait. I'm excited for the end of that story. Not that sounds like mean or whatever, but I'm excited because that show has had so many like production problems and hiccups and gaps between seasons that I don't know. I'm in it and want to see how it all ends, and it's kind of cool that it has a definitive ending and they're not like getting canceled or something like that and have to throw something together. Yeah.
I don't know if I saw. I watched. How many episodes is Welcome to Derry now, Jay?
I want to say it's like 7 or 8, maybe.
8 dropped this past Sunday. My goodness, watch it. What a finale. Wow.
I need to watch the whole show.
8 or 7, but yeah, the finale, the one I just watched, was pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely need to get back in there and check out that show. I just cannot wait for Christmas Day. 3 episodes of Stranger Things and Cindy Sink goodness. What's the Cindy Sink thing? Oh, Sadie Sink. Voice to text. I got you. Sadie Sink. Gotcha. Yeah, she definitely is a standout. I think she might be one of the actors that goes on from that show to have probably one of the better careers.
Yeah, well, we're getting her in Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, Brand New Day. Talk about another casting thing that people are like, oh, she's playing this character, she's playing that character. I think we talked about that before.
Knows for sure yet.
Yeah.
Lots of rumors.
I actually think they might have finally revealed what it was, but
did they finally reveal it?
They might have. I got tired of looking at one point. Let's go to our second story before too much of the show passes us by, and this is kind of a bigger one, so I do want to touch on this. I know. Speaking of news that you've heard of too many times, casting rumors for Sydney Sweeney, casting rumors for who Sadie Sink is playing in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and crap about Diamond. There's been a lot, and it's a big deal. It's a huge shakeup in the industry, but I know some people are just absolutely tired of it. But this is actually a big deal. So the biggest thing about this is, by the way, shout out to ICV2 for the article here by Milton Grape. The biggest thing about the bankruptcy that Dymo was going through is it was a Chapter 11 reorganization bankruptcy. So that doesn't mean that the company's going out of business. It means that the company is restructuring to become profitable and asking for essentially allowances to make that happen, right? To get their creditors paid off and get the company solvent, not solvent, to get it flowing again. Let's get the money flowing. But this is actually a conversion of Chapter 11 to Chapter 7 liquidation. So
that means not paying back their debts.
That means basically doing whatever you can to liquidate the company to pay off the people that are owed money.
Gotcha.
Is the easiest way to explain that. And I'll be honest, I did not read through all the nitty gritty on this article. I TLDR'd it in my own head, but I think it is an important footnote on what's going on. I imagine that there's probably not much money that's going to be squeezed out of this, probably to pay what the debts that they do have outstanding, but hopefully some people who are owed money do get paid. And boy, talk about the end of an era.
Yeah. I guess all the finagling and haggling they were trying to do. I just saw something in there about somebody being upset that Alliance was hiring the former Diamond employees.
Well, there was some shenanigans with Alliance possibly stealing them out from before Alliance was taking over part of the business and stealing them ahead of time, essentially, to kind of get more value out of what they were going to buy and kind of get some insider information, I think is kind of the gist of that. I was in a comic book shop the other day talking to a local retailer and kind of he was bemoaning how he's now all of a sudden receiving lots of messages from lots of different companies. He could tell that Diamond definitely sold out his address to some of the companies because he's receiving a lot of cold calls all of a sudden after the fall of Diamond, which kind of sucks. So
got to do what they can to get as much money as they can, right?
I guess, yeah. It's just crappy. She's going to be a time traveling Madam Web to make up for the movie. I did see some comment from Sydney Sweeney, by the way, that was something along the lines of like, I don't regret making Madam Web because almost like there was no such thing as bad publicity, kind of a thing in a way. It's kind of what it came off as.
It's a learning experience, right?
Yeah. I guess I could agree with that. I thought this was interesting too. It's another thing I didn't have a ton of time to browse through all the details of this, but parts of this just seemed interesting to me. This was a quick thing that I posted on the Discord server. Robert Kirkman, this is also from ICV2, by the way, same author, is going to be the keynote speaker at Comics Pro's annual meeting. He has not been there for 15 years, apparently.
Wow.
He last addressed the group in 2010. And he noted the return. I previously spoke at Comics Pro way back in 2010, and while my unwavering devotion to the direct market retail community has remained unchanged in that time, I hope I've gotten a little better at public speaking, he joked in a statement accompanying the announcement. I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, the keynote, I want to say it was Todd McFarlane or was it Jim Lee? I think both spoke at it. So, I mean, you talk about names in the Mount Rushmore of comics, let alone just Image itself. Robert Kirkman is definitely the biggest thing that came to Image since the original founders, and just something I was talking about with I think I was talking about this Comic Tropes, just hit after hit. I mean, the guy is consistent, and
right.
Yeah, can't wait to see what he has to say. I mean, some of these keynote speeches have actually been pretty interesting. If you don't check them out, I recommend it. If you're interested in comics and like the creator side of things and the business behind it, when creators get involved with business for themselves, it's been pretty fascinating, and I'm really curious to see what he's going to have to say.
And if you're a retailer and you have a chance to go to one of those in your area, do it. It's really valuable.
Yeah. This next one, unfortunately, the article I was going to pull up is requiring a paywall. It didn't do that for me on mobile. For some reason, it is on the website. So let me try to see if this one. It's not like a great. Let me see if I can find a different article here real fast. I'll paywall there too. Okay, that's cool. So the news we're going to talk about. Well, I'm trying to find an article to pull up to talk about this. Yeah, Clicked. We'll go with Clicked. I don't know if that's a great site or not, but I think we've mentioned that before. PSA's parent company, Collectors, is acquiring Beckett. That's big.
Yeah.
This was, I think, breaking news. I don't know if maybe it was announced earlier today, but I didn't see it until pretty much right before the show. So yeah, if you're not familiar, Beckett owns CBCS. So you're talking about PSA, who obviously they're more famous for grading cards. That's their bread and butter. But they're obviously now on the scene grading comic books. And so for the comic book side of things, let alone the larger implications of the hobbies, you now have essentially one of the big three companies that was out grading comics acquired one of the other ones. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's nuts. And I think they acquired SGC before this, I want to say, they acquired SGC in February 2024, which is another big card grading company.
Buying up all the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't really know. Yeah, okay, buddy, I'm glad you mentioned this because I don't know the deal with that.
I do.
Okay, cool. Why don't you handle Buddy's comment and let us know what's going on?
So there's a fella sent in 30 copies of the same card, of a Pokemon card. The guy's a regular grader, and he assumed probably about 30% of them were going to come back as PSA 10s. They all came back as 9s or less. So he made a post on the interwebs, and when you submit cards to PSA, once your cards are graded and your results are public, you will start getting offers to buy those cards directly through the PSA system. So he immediately started getting offers to buy the 9s that he got. And so he sold the 9s. Well, after he sold the 9s, he went back and looked, and they all got changed to 10s. And so
they bought through intermediaries by PSA.
So that was the big conspiracy theory thing. Everybody was blowing up about it. He made a very public rant about it, and they went back and took the cards back from the people that they had sold them to and gave them back to him. Which if I was people who had bought them, I'd be upset. I mean, nobody's going to be. You're going to have no perfect scenario there. Somebody's going to be upset all the way around. But so they just had that, and then I guess another submission just went down where this is from a YouTube video I was watching where somebody put in the submission of 100+ cards, and they weren't happy with their grades, and they complained, and over half the grades got changed. So they're like, can you just complain and get your grades changed on anything?
So one thing I don't understand, and you may not know, or somebody in the chat might know more than but what I'm curious about with that is, so when he sold off the 9s, how did he know that those cards were then became 10s?
He looked up the certs later on just to double check on his transactions that he'd done. And it said, yes, you sold this PSA 10 graded card to this person. And he's like, that was a 9. So and he went and he started looking, and it was PSA 10, PSA 10, PSA 10.
So, and this is all happening like on site at PSA, right? Like, because they're almost like holding it in their vault or whatever. And
yeah, it's like you can sell. Yeah, you can sell before they ever ship it back to you. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. But he also says also PSA upcharges you if you have a higher value product where Beckett doesn't, their flat rate. Yeah. Okay. That's a good point.
So there's a big conspiracy going on right now with their rating that people are they've either got some real not up to snuff graders right now that they're having to go back and check their and read and change their grades, or there's something going on, but you shouldn't be able to just complain and get your grades changed.
You know, buddy, your comment here is one of the, okay, I got a couple things I'm going to say. First thing is, my gosh, I cannot believe there's another grading company controversy. I am shocked.
Right.
That's the first thing. I mean, it matters though. Second thing is, well, it matters to us. It doesn't matter to a lot of people, but it matters to us. The second thing is to Buddy's comment here, which is something that's been bothering me for a while. And I've talked about this for a long time, but it's really kind of like, you know, it's something that's really catching to me now. If you're really in the business of charging more for a higher graded collectible, it's like an automatic conflict of interest.
Oh, total conflict of interest. Yeah.
And I know that's not a new thought. I know a lot of people have that thought, but here's where it gets me. There's no reason for it. Other than greed. There's no,
it's like, congratulations, you got a really good grade. We're going to ding you.
Well, and it shouldn't be any, let's say you have, you know, let's take a couple examples here. Let's say you have an X-Men 1 Jim Lee, you know, Chris Claremont, X-Men #1 gatefold cover. And let's say you have an X-Men 1 from 1963. And you send those two in. That should be the same process and therefore the same price to grade both of those books, or at least I can understand kind of an argument for it costs more to grade a Silver Age comic because maybe it goes in a larger holder. I can kind of understand that. You could say that it's more plastic involved, whatever. I personally don't get it, but I can see as long as you're consistent, you say all Silver Age comics or all Golden Age comics, because they go into different order, are these different prices. I can get that. You know, magazines should all be in their own price range because it's a different size holder, and I'm sure, you know, that's what it is. But the actual process of grading the comic, there's no way, like, if it's worth $1 million, if it's worth $100,
doesn't cost you any more to grade it.
Yeah. Now, there, I mean, you can maybe make the argument that like the insurance. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a message from our producer back. Who is a bit Godzilla right now, Jay? Just let me know. I don't know what that really means either. Am I getting like low signal here or something?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm just responding in real time to a message from the back.
Gotcha.
Audio is a bit off. Yeah, I got to figure that out. I can't really easily solve that. But I appreciate that. I'm trying to figure. It's easy for me to do on recordings. It's not easy for me to do live. I don't know why there's such a big delay.
Just pull your arms back in a little bit and go. Ah!
Oh, man, T-Rex now. Come on, man. Yeah. Anyway, I don't get it. Like, I don't get the justification again, other than greed, which, you know, I mean, we all know. Look, the companies are in it to make money, but. In fact, I mean, CGC is a company I've thought about this for a long time because they charge a higher rate for a more valuable comic.
Well, how much did they rake in for grading that Superman #1, which everyone agrees was not the grade that they said it was? Yeah. How much did they rake in by grading at that grade?
Yeah, Exactly. Oh, and this, it's, jokes aside, Mr. Nope, it's not a YouTube problem. It's on my PC. Ever since I got this new mic, the live camera versus the problem is the software that takes my camera and the software that takes my audio aren't the same piece of software, because for whatever reason we stream through StreamYard, they will not take your audio from another program. You have to directly plug it in. It's annoying. So sorry about that. I will try to see if there's any way to fix that when I get a chance. As of right now, I don't know a way to do it. But yeah, it's yeah, they made a ton of money off that Superman. There's no justifiable reason that I've ever heard for allowing for that.
Right.
And it's just, you know, raise your prices for your modern books if you're not making enough money off grading all the new stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Which they did. CGC, they're raising their prices.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, yeah, there's no reason. That's one of the reasons why I'm not grading a lot of the older books that I have that I want to grade, because I can't afford to with what the upcharges and everything.
Sweet, Mr. Dope. Yeah, it's it's definitely a pretty big scam at times, for sure. It's we actually have a podcast episode that's in the can, so to speak. It's
about grading.
Yeah, about grading, and we kind of go over some of our justifications for grading and not grading. But this is kind of some of the stuff that comes into play with it when you're talking about it, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's big. That's a big kerfuffle right now with collecting community.
Yeah. No, I can see
why. Everybody was saying they hit them for $300 more because of the value of the card on one that he had. Jeez.
And like, I feel like many collectors are probably like, well, you know, I'm getting a more valuable card out of it, but whether you're getting a more valuable card out of it should be irrelevant too.
But are you? I mean, you still have the card. I mean, yeah, you're getting you're getting that case that has a number on it that says that they've certified that it's.
But people value that case with that number on it.
That's true. That's true. I'm not arguing that. I mean, but you still had the card to begin with,
right?
So yeah, like if the case doesn't matter to you and you're confident in your grading, then you know you still have that valuable card.
Yeah, you just got to get the buyer to be confident in your grading.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's just a wacky situation. In fact, I was going to talk before that. I was going to mention the CGC price increase, which is already, I mean, not necessarily scandalous, but it is pretty lame considering it's already pretty expensive to grade comics.
Hey, Otaku.
What is up, Otaku tour guide? How you doing, sir? Pleasure to see you here. We were just talking about the PSA being purchasing Beckett. Yeah, round 2, let's go. And all the fun stuff about grading scams. It's great.
It's good. It's good.
We've dived into some negativity. We should probably go back to some positivity, I think. Don't you think?
Sure.
I think we should go back to some positivity. And one of the things that we like to do with positivity is talk about all of the amazing and lovely community art that you send into the show.
Sent from you to us, it's art for all. At Best Coast Comics, we answer the call. Fans and creators, bold and smart. Join the line for Comic
So there's a showcase of some of the amazing community art we were sent last year. Every piece of art you saw in that intro was sent in by viewers. Some were professional artists, some who are amateurs, some who are enthusiasts. And we really appreciate it. So if you want your community art, in other words, if you want your art featured on our show, please send it in. Best way to do that, you can send it to us directly, however you like, however you're in touch with us. But if you would like to send it in to the Discord server. We would highly recommend that, and I will paste a link to invite you into the Discord server right now. And that's going to be in the chat here in about 2 seconds. And you can go join in. It's totally free. You can see every piece of community art that's ever been sent to us in the community art channel. And you can post your own community art, and we'll feature it on the show. So we have
a ton of great places to talk about almost everything you want to talk about on there.
Yeah, including all the news we just talked about and some extra stories that I kind of cut for time. But hey, they're definitely worth reading up on. Updates on the Heroes for Heroes campaign. If you want to buy, sell comic books, if you want to talk about awesome booty covers that you checked out. Oh, you're all good. You're all good, Jay. Thanks for filling in for my shoes last week. But let's get to that community artwork I was talking about. First up, from our community, very close to our community, we have Bigby McFly with an update on his commission from a Heroes for Heroes piece for still only 35 cents. Making some good progress, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah, pretty much almost there.
Yeah. Sweet. I like it. Frankenstein's looking a little more, I'm sorry, Frankenstein's monster's looking a little more finished than last time I saw him. That's cool.
Yeah, busting in.
I like it. Nice job, dude.
Thanks.
We got Steve Driscoll. Steve, hey, if you're watching on the Rewind, I need to hit you up. I need to make sure that your piece got sent out to Son of Crom. I'm sure it did, but I just want to make sure I close that loop. So if you happen to be watching on the Rewind, let me know. So Steve, love it when he does like the cartoony styles.
Right.
I am the great cornhole. I need TP for my bunghole. And then you have a lot of Beavis that I'm not going to do. With the his all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was cool. That's cornholio, dumbass. I love it. I love it.
Good job.
And then hey, from Roscoe. Ooh, I love Roscoe's mashups. That's a really good one.
Love it.
That's
good
cool
stuff.
Man. So for those that are just listening along, we got the Joker kind of in a Willy Wonka style with a couple Oompa Loompas that kind of look like the Dark Knight Returns Joker mask. I like that a lot.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, man. I expect that too.
Someday.
Yeah. And especially you should shout out the art streams you do with we're
doing art stream every Sunday with Yevgeny Sokolov and James from Nerdy Musings and Trav from Comics Limited and Ed Lilly. So yeah, they
all of them should be on the radar of the publishers out there. Was this Elliot? Yeah, Elliot Wright got some Sandman, Dream of the Dreaming of the Endless. That's cool.
Beautiful work.
Yeah.
Good job.
I like the sand from the hand there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice.
Good job, Elliot.
Hey, speaking of somebody who's on that stream, Comics Limited, showing off a piece here. So obviously that's Bender. Who's the guy in the front?
That's the Black Terror, is a Golden Age character.
That's right.
Yeah, commission Travis is doing.
That's cool. So it's probably not actually Bender. It's probably that robot that's kind of like Bender.
Yeah, the Starling Stories Bender, but he actually made him like he's got a cigar in his hand and
yeah. That's what I saw, and I was like, well, it's. But then I noticed he's got like the little like insignia or whatever there. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. Kind of a nice little mashup.
That's a good job.
So Matthew McNatt doing a little Home Alone, huh?
Yeah, he did the other Wet Bandit last week. So
that's right. I did see that in there. I didn't realize it was the same submitter. That's cool. Hey, Awesome Sauce. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Hey, what's up, Matt? How you doing? I like your claws there in your
nice.
YouTube profile picture. That's cool. I really like that a lot. I like illustrations from people doing Christmas Vacation illustrations this time of year, or, mashups for the holiday season.
Yeah, he did a good job. He got the likenesses really well.
Yeah, absolutely. You think I'm funny? Do I look funny? Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, I love Joe Pesci.
Funny how?
This is also from Comics Limited. In progress,
Yeah.
Superman versus Mr. Fantastic fighting over Black Cat. Nice.
It's
so
for
got some layout there.
It's for who do you think that'd be for?
I'm gonna guess that's for Richard.
It's for Christina.
Okay. See, there's not enough Harley Quinn or Mary Jane on it, so I wouldn't have guessed her.
But she's got her Dean Cain Superman and her Pedro Pascal Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And she likes to think she's Black Cat. So
okay, right on. Well, it's looking pretty good. Comics Limited. Thanks for sharing that one. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, good job, Trav.
Especially can't wait to see what Black Cat ends up looking like down there. That's gonna be cool. Holy cow! Speaking of nerdy musings, that's awesome. I hadn't seen that one yet. That's cool.
Yeah, that was one you thought I was drawing. I was posting that for James.
Okay, nice. Oh, I wasn't trying to like call you out for that. I was like saying like I was hoping maybe you could show off what you were working on, but yeah. Because I saw your head down. I thought maybe you were just like sketching or something, you know.
Oh no, I was people hitting me up. Hey, post this for me, huh?
Nice. That's dope. I really like that. That's
he freehand inked those claws on Wolverine.
Wow. That's cool.
He's like, I ain't afraid of no claws.
I really like the Absolute Batman's very good like Dragata style Absolute Batman. I like that.
Yeah, he's been working on that one on the show. Unfortunately, he's the host person, so he's talking half the time, so he doesn't get to do a lot of the artwork when he wants to do the artwork.
That makes sense. I can relate to that from when we were doing the community art stream and I was trying to draw and manage bids and everything.
Right. Yeah. Kind of hard.
So welcome to the server, Bam Fart. That's awesome. Bamf Art, I know, but I'm gonna call you Bam Fart. I feel like you're gonna expect that. I didn't read the rest of your message. It said on cardboard and inks. That is awesome.
That is really cool. I love that.
I'm a fan of the subject matter and I'm a fan of the style you went for there. I mean, that actually looks like it could be kind of like one of those like Dark Horse Presents covers or something back in the day.
Yeah. Really good, man.
Yeah. That's
good
dope.
Work. Yeah, I love it.
I like it. So you must be watching. Who are you in the chat? Have you said hello in the chat and I just know you by a different name, or
I don't know.
Because you jumped in right when I was inviting people, so I imagine you're watching. That's really cool. So
very nice though.
I posted that link in the chat earlier. Here is like all that art I was talking about. You can kind of go through and see all of it, stuff from last week, and it goes back and back and back and back. We've had art posted from professionals, from YouTubers, from people who are going to be names in the industry someday. I guarantee it. So definitely check out everything on the server. Like I said, it's totally free to join, and we'd love to have you there. Or don't, and we'll continue to keep sharing the art here. But the other thing you can do is you can share your own art there, and we can post it and show it. And we'll be doing, I'm not sure if we're actually gonna do the competition this year. I'll just be honest, like it's getting
do a year-end highlights maybe.
But what we are gonna do, what I'm for sure gonna do, is feature a bunch of the art we've gotten this year, like on Instagram, and I'll collab those posts with you so we can share them up for people.
Yeah.
To kind of, maybe show off, maybe not everything that everybody submitted, but like the highlights that people submitted or some of our favorite pieces. Try to show off a little bit of something from everybody that did submit. That's good. We've had so many submissions this year. That's going to be an undertaking.
There's a lot of artwork. That's good though. That's what we're trying to encourage. So
at one point, when we used to do it just by files or whatever, we didn't have it all on the server necessarily. I used to have it all like dated, so I could tell when the pieces came in and stuff. And I could tell if I copied like, oh, here's all the ones from Roscoe, or here's all the ones from Comics Limited or whatever. It's going to be a little bit more challenging this year to make sure I don't miss anybody. So I'm going to really try hard not to miss anybody. If I do, please call me out because I don't want to miss anybody. But we've had, probably, I don't know probably over 75, 100 people submit stuff.
I think 75 to 100 people probably. Yeah. It's been good. We've been getting a lot of people coming in and joining the group, and it's neat.
Yeah, I absolutely love to see it, and it's one of the first things that we started when we started this show. Was we talked about the community art segment and wanting to show off people's artwork and try to inspire people, or at least show them that it's okay to be at different different points in the spectrum of where you're at with your art career or your art interests.
Yeah, you can be a brand new beginner. You can be somebody who's on the verge of becoming a pro. It's like, it doesn't matter,
100%. Yeah, it's a lot of people, Mep, and I'm proud of every single submission in here. That it's awesome to see.
I mean, not everybody posts something every week, but
yeah,
everybody's having fun doing it. So
100%. Yeah, and we just want to inspire that positivity. And the best part about it, you don't see a single jerky or negative comment. It's all, people either being positive or like heart reactions or thumbs up or fire or whatever. It's all like, it's all positive. And I love seeing that too.
Encourage everybody.
Yeah. Wow. So that's all the regular stuff. Anything else you got going on? You want to talk about, Bigby? Anything that I missed?
I just saw the video from Automatic Comics about the guy who probably had a heart attack by accidentally hitting bid on the big auction. He accidentally bought a $12 million piece of artwork.
Comic art?
Yep. It was Frank Frazetta Conan painting. It was the most expensive item in the auction, and they're like, it had no bids, and the item came up, and they're like, it had a reserve of 10 million with a 2.5 million buyer's premium, and they go, we got one bid, it's sold. And then they're like looking at the end, they're like, we don't see the piece of art, where did it go? And turns out somebody accidentally hit the bid button. And it was somebody who was a bidder in good standing, I guess. And so they let them retract their bid. But I was like, man, that seems like a thing where if you were the person selling the piece of artwork, you'd have a thing.
Yeah. Wow, man.
But
hey, have a good night, Comics Limited.
Bye, Trav. Thanks for being here.
For your work, man, that you've done on the shipping side.
My bad, sorry. Was that you, Kilted Corgi? Oops, Butterfingers. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So I was like, he's like, that must have been like the most heart attack moment for that person when he's like, oh my gosh, I just bought a $12 million piece of art.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'd love to own that, but I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, it was a beautiful piece of artwork. But yeah.
Yeah, anything Frazetta, especially Conan, like, dear God. Oh, thanks. We appreciate that. Yeah, it does happen on One Out often.
Yeah, just get all excited, get a little carried away.
Oops.
No, didn't mean to buy that. Okay, whatever.
Along somewhat similar lines, just as far as like, oops, whatever. Hey, be careful out there. There is an early leaked trailer for Avengers Doomsday out there. It's in pretty bad quality. Now, I will tell you this much: if you go search for it and look for it, you are 99 times more likely to find some crappy AI generated trailer pretending to be real than you are to actually find it. I feel like, especially if you're looking like on YouTube and stuff. But if you are a sailor of the Black Seas when it comes to media, or if you know where to look for things like that, it's out there. And or if you just like happen to be browsing social media and some jackass posted or something like that, you might see it early in a way because a lot of people I know are waiting to go watch it. It's going to be in front of Avatar. For people that don't know, the rumor, I'll say it this way, the rumor is that there's going to be 4 trailers. And the first one's going to feature a character. The second one's going to feature a character. The third one's going to feature a character. And the fourth one's going to be like the whole movie trailer. Yeah, it's out there. Be careful if you don't want to see something like that early. I mean, it's just a trailer. It's not like it's...
Yeah, I just before we went live, I saw it popped up from some of those big trailer review people.
Yeah.
That they were reviewing it, so...
And stuff is getting taken down. Like the original account on X that leaked it is like nuked. Like Disney nuked the account or something. I don't know. It's gone.
Nuked it from orbit just to be safe.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that our last piece of artwork there. Would appreciate that. Right. Amp art. But also, I guess another small bit of news here that I saw, and I just want to confirm this. It looks like Fallout Season 2 is coming out a day early.
Oh, cool. When is that hitting?
It's coming out tomorrow.
Oh,
it's supposed to come
sweet.
out on Wednesday originally, I think.
There you go.
I actually didn't realize it was coming out that soon. I was meaning to rewatch the first season, but man, I'm not gonna have time to do that probably. But yeah, that'll be coming out on Prime if you're interested. And I think that first season was badass. So
yeah, the first season was great.
So I will try to get. Oh, good.
I was gonna say Trav and his family are big Fallout fans, and so just from watching the trailer, he's telling me like, "Oh, this is there, and that's taking place over here, and this is when that happens." He's like, "Oh, I'm so happy they're putting that in." And I'm like, "Wow, you're up on it."
What? So Fallout New Vegas was my favorite game in the series, and this is a lot of this season is going to be based in New Vegas, so it should be pretty interesting. I was going to say I'll try to have the video out we were talking about earlier with the grading stuff. I should have that out. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, because of possible flooding concerns. I mean, hopefully nothing happens, but I'm trying to get everything shipped out before the end of the week so that I don't have any concerns about trying to get other people's stuff safe. I can just worry about keeping my own stuff safe.
Right. Get yourself your O sugar boxes.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna try to work on that, and then after I'm done with that, if there's not any real concerns, I will be working on getting that video up. It shouldn't take too long once I have my other stuff cleared off my plate. But it'll be about grading, so it's timely with all the grading news going on.
Yeah.
And anything else that you need to promote or have coming out that we should talk about before we bounce off?
Check out the Sunday art stream. That's all.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing shorts almost every day lately. So
I've been a lot
of reels and the shorts and the fun stuff I'm doing there.
Yeah, definitely go check them out. Especially a lot of art stuff.
The Black Cat ones were fun.
Nice. Yeah.
Black Widow ones.
Yeah, the Black Widow art is pretty cool. I'm liking that. And then I guess I'll just we try to put a positive spin on things. There's a lot of negative crap going on. I know the holidays are coming up. I know that can alone be negative for people in some levels too, for certain people. But hey, just try to stay positive out there. Try to hang out in comic book live streams or places that are positive. Try to be positive instead of focusing on the negative is what I'll say. Advice to myself, advice to you out there. A lot of negative stuff going on I'm seeing, and hopefully everybody's just trying to rise above it, take the high road, be positive.
I want to say one thing, like you just said be positive things, but we did lose a community member just recently. So who was starting to become kind of regular in our show. He bought some stuff from Heroes for Heroes, supporting that cause. So Under the Cowl of MS was the name of the screen name of the person, and so just sad to hear that we lost a community member. But just glad that I got to at least get to know him a little bit before he passed. So
yeah, it's first of all, yeah, absolutely, and it's terrible that happened. It's an interesting thing too, because in a way, to try to find, there's not much positive news here, obviously. To try to find one positive thing, I almost feel like the community has grown to a point though where people, people pass away all the time. It's an unfortunate fact of reality,
right?
But we see so many people in this community now that people know and are getting to know each other, and it's easier to kind of make friends in these groups. That you do hear about these things that it almost seems like you hear about them more often, but I feel like it's just because our community is kind of
more tightly knit. Yeah,
it's more visible, right? Like we're more aware of each other, and I guess that's it's hard to make anything positive out of this, but I think that's maybe the one takeaway is it probably does mean our community is a bit stronger, but unfortunately now our community is one less, and it's something that we don't like to see. and our hearts go out to
I
his
was
family.
kind of shocked. I mean, it just
Yeah,
to me, it was kind of out of nowhere. I didn't know that he was
right.
that bad off. I guess he had been submitting a bunch of community artwork to Roscoe's show and everything too, and just kind of blindsided him as well. So,
well, and I felt absolutely awful because I saw the news in a couple posts, and automatic reaction. I just thought it was terrible. And then I did not realize, because the names that were being used like on social media and the picture, I wasn't connecting those. And you told me what his name was on YouTube. And I was like, oh yeah, that's somebody
yeah,
from
his name
our
is
chat.
Kirby.
Like, I mean,
Kirby is his name, but
yeah. And I knew, and I'd heard Kirby, and I'd heard the screen name separately, and never knew that they were the same person. And I just felt terrible. Even more so, it's like, oh, that's somebody who I had an even more close connection with, and it's just awful. And again, we feel terrible for his family and for his friends, and
especially for that to happen at this time of year,
yeah,
but
yeah, it's no real silver linings there, unfortunately. And I guess we'll just retroactively dedicate this show to Kirby, and thanks for being a part of our audience and being a part of what we did here, and hopefully during that time we brought you some joy. And I know you brought us some joy, so thanks for that.
For sure.
But yeah, on that note, I think that's probably it for us tonight. Weather pending, we'll be back next week for the final show before the big holiday. Stay tuned. I'll make an announcement if there's a cancellation that I need to make. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And then after that, we'll have a nice little New Year's show. Maybe we'll do something kind of wrap up the year, maybe, or something for that show. That may be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on that note, hopefully everybody has a great night, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week.